Welcome to the virtual lunch. Today is Wednesday, June 30th, and this is virtual lunch number 337. I am incredibly honored today that Anta Cisse Green, the remarkable new Senior Vice Chancellor for Legal Affairs and General Counsel of the State University of New York, has joined us. She's also the president of the Metropolitan Black Bar Association, and this is part of our continuing series with Joinder on empowering engagement. Anta, welcome.
Thank you, Ari. Good to see you again. Good to be here. Thank you so much, everyone, for having me. I'm really excited.
So, Anta, I'm super excited. We've had our chats before, but not since you've taken on this incredible new role. Congratulations again. Can you tell us about your background and this new role at the State University of New York?
So I started as a M&A attorney at Sullivan and Cromwell. I did M&A for 2 years. I hated it. I moved to Trust and Estates. From there, I moved to Aiken Gump, continued to do trust and estates, tax, nonprofit, realized that I didn't want to be a partner for any of the right reasons. And so I decided my goal was to become a general counsel of a nonprofit. That's what I love to do. I moved to NYU as an associate general counsel, and my initial clients were the Office of Development, and anyone who lives in New York is very familiar with NYU Langone. So I was very, very fortunate that the associate general counsel position for development, they were looking for someone with tax, with trust and estates background, because they did a lot of fundraising and really wanted someone in that area of expertise. And fortunately for me, it got me where I eventually wanted to be, right? General counsel. I was able to really open up, expand my portfolio. I advised marketing and communications. I advised finance. I advised financial aid. I did things that I could have never dreamed of. And then I also created the Director of Legal Operations position at NYU Langone. And that opened up an entirely new world for me and is really one of, I can say, many reasons why I was able to get this position here at SUNY. But it's been absolutely amazing. It is significantly different from NYU because I still have to tell myself that I'm actually in charge because I keep looking for somebody to sign off. I'm like, go give it to the GC. Oh, wait, that's me. What is happening with the legal departments is not that we're moving more to a firm type of structure, but there is a request for more accountability, more metrics, from matter management to e-billing to e-discovery, right? Efficiency. All of that is important because it's not just enough now to say, I've been doing a lot of real estate transactions. I need a new real estate attorney. You have to show, why do you need a new real estate attorney? What is the difference in the work you did last year in real estate versus what you've done this year? What is the cost to hire an attorney? Everything from base salary to fringe. What is the return on investment? Is there money here that we can save in hiring an attorney, or can we just use outside counsel? So the metrics are so much more important. And I feel like we're really going down that path. And as lawyers, especially as general counsel, we need to be able to understand how to run a law department as a business. It's no longer enough for us to be able to provide all of the very competent, timely advice. The study of law is also changing, and we need to be able to adapt to that. So for me, that means we can't just limit ourselves to 2Ls or even 3Ls. You have to look at the 1Ls, look at your college interns, look at your fellowships. So it requires us to look at the provision of legal services in a legal department a lot more different and to operate it as a business with efficiency. A state institution that allows the everyday person to get a quality education is absolutely instrumental because we have so many first generation college students, first generation lawyers, financial planners. It's institutions like SUNY that really help you even have the ability to dream about those types of options and those types of opportunities. There are definitely more people who are open to the culture change. And I intentionally put in a plan. So before I even started, as soon as it was secure and I got that paper is when I started planning. I created my 30, 60, 90-day plan. I read first 90 days, always got to read that. And I knew that I wasn't going to make any real substantive changes for at least 90 days. But I knew that I needed to make a change culturally. And I'll tell you, I have had a little resistance from people who test me. Majority of my department is about 50% women. We're at least good on that level, although I think we can still do better because it also depends on what campus we're talking about. It's not easy, but at the same time, it's welcome. And mainly because they haven't had an individual come in as GC and really take a more holistic view of what the department needs, not just the structure, but what does the department need? And one of the things that I've seen is that they need someone who will help them with professional and personal development. I mean, I knew I needed it. I was thirsty for it in every single position I was in. And if it wasn't for my mentors, I would not have been able to do that. I tell the story about my 5th grade teacher who she's the one who coined the term Blackie, had the whole class call me Blackie. She used to rip my work out of my hands because I love doing homework during recess. She told me I was nothing, I was worthless. Then from there, I shut down. I hated education, didn't want to do anything. It wasn't until law school that I love to learn. I need to learn. So having people help me even when I didn't realize I needed help, it's because of that I have this approach. It's innate. And I do recognize that. It took me a long time to realize that, but because I needed the help and I couldn't get it and I wanted the help, that's the reason why it's so important for me to help others. And another thing I tell all of my staff is I'm here to help. So if you decide you want to be a SUNY for the rest of your life, that is beautiful. I'm there with you. We will get you the skills and make sure you never get bored. But if you tell me right now that you don't want to be at SUNY, I am absolutely fine with that. We will get you the skills you need to get you to your next level. I hold no bad feelings and I want people to be happy because if they're not happy, and I know what it's like to wake up crying that you have to go to work. If you are not happy at work, you're not going to be happy in life. And I do not want that for anybody. So that's the type of stuff that is really, really important to me. I always try to understand other people's positions. Even if we are debating, we're disagreeing, I always try to understand the other person's position. What the change management certification did for me is really to help me not only continue to understand and dig for other people's impressions, ideas, stances, but also how I can take it in internally and help them understand in a way that they can understand what the change means to them, how it affects them, and how it will either benefit or be a detriment to them, and to clearly communicate that. The Metropolitan Black Bar Association is the largest association of Black legal professionals in New York. And we strive ourselves on the interpersonal connections and the networking. And so we had to very quickly, as many people had to do, really shift gears and figure out how we could help our members during this time, especially since we weren't in person. And it took me a while, but the way that I learned how to do it was to share myself. And initially, I wasn't as open because this is not my bar association, it's not my organization. So I need to really just do what we were doing in the past. But that, to me, it wasn't helping. It wasn't helping me be my authentic leader self because I'm all about sharing who I am and letting people know who I am. But that's really what I think really helped our members. And I'll tell you, I'm very, very proud of everything that we have done because not only were we able to increase our membership, we almost doubled our membership this past year, which is unheard of, but we were also able to serve law students who are in California, who are in the Midwest, and that we've never been able to do as well. And so recognizing that we could not only go beyond New York, but also make it more personal for our members, that's what helped us get through this pandemic and really help fulfill and push our mission forward. It definitely has not been easy, but for me as a leader, it has been extremely empowering. And I know I don't seem like it, but I tend to be shy. And so this was for me like step out because I'm used to being in the background. So for me to be a face of an organization, for me to be GC, I recognize that I need to get out of that. And so I had to find a way to connect with our members and our supporters virtually without being in front of them.
Anta Cisse Green, everybody. It's just a great conversation.
Thank
So
you.
lucky of us. Thanks to you, Anta, for sharing this. I want to also just thank Joinder for supporting our conversations on empowering engagement. I'm excited for everyone to get to have the good fortune of knowing you as I have. So thank you.